Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, police are revealing more about the Nashville school shooter. Why they say the shooting had been planned for months.
And outside with live cam, it sure seems like we're done with the cooler weather, but allergies continue to be a problem. Trust me on that. 73 degrees out at the airport. Good morning, everybody. We've made it to Tuesday. That would be April 4th.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a good weekend. Well, good weekend because we're coming back today. So today's kind of our Monday, even though it's Tuesday.
Short week for us. Justin is in for Mike. How are things looking out there in the rainfall and heat department?
Okay, so heat today, we're going to be near records, I think, but the rainfall, at least the potential for rainfall, is looking better and better. So we're encouraged. There's going to be a cool down too. So if you're tired of this heat, today's kind of the last day. We're at 92 this afternoon. The record is 93. That was set all the way back in 1893. Yes, we did keep records back then. But look at the change. 79 coming up tomorrow. And we could see a few storms. It'll be windy. Front comes through. And that's the reason for the change. And then thereafter, that's when the good rain chances kick in Thursday and Friday. So a lot to look forward to here. Right now, we've got 74 and cloudy. Dew point is at 69. It's muggy. It's steamy out there. We've got south-southeasterly winds at 14. And with those kind of winds, I don't think you're going to see temperatures drop much more than where they are now. So we're going to get off to a very warm start. KSAT 12-hour forecast, maybe down to 70 this morning and then rebounding to 82 by noontime. Mostly cloudy. And we'll keep quite a bit of cloud cover in the forecast today. Despite that, we're up around 92 for a high, as we said. We start to add in rain chances tonight with that cold front that arrives early tomorrow morning. And then all those changes start to take place. We're going to have a look at the 7-day forecast and the potential rainfall totals coming up here in just a bit. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. A San Antonio woman who authorities say gave a man a deadly dose of fentanyl has pleaded guilty to federal charges. 47-year-old Claudia Cardenas now faces 20 years to life in prison. Court documents say Cardenas gave the man drugs in May of last year. After he ingested it, he collapsed and became unresponsive. Cardenas is charged with distribution of a controlled substance resulting in death. She is scheduled to be sentenced on July 13th.
A developing story from Tennessee. A fierce political battle has erupted at the state capitol following last week's deadly school shooting in Nashville.
As ABC's Rhiannon Alley reports, 3 state lawmakers could be expelled for their behavior during protests.
This morning, Republicans in Tennessee have taken the first steps to remove 3 Democratic lawmakers, citing their involvement in gun control rallies at the Capitol. The Tennessee House will vote Thursday whether to expel Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones, and Justin Pearson. Republican leaders are already addressing them as former representatives, stripping them of committee assignments after they led supporters with a bullhorn on the House floor last week.
We're talking about providing them guns.
The 3 lawmakers say they were told they broke a House rule.
If this House decides to expel me for exercising our First Amendment right to help elevate the voices in our community who want to see us act to prevent gun violence, then they can do as they feel they must. But I and we must always stand up for what we believe to be right and just.
But Republicans say the 3 participated in disorderly behavior and intentionally brought disorder and dishonor to the House of Representatives. Protesters pushing for tougher gun laws have packed Tennessee's Capitol in response to last week's school shooting in Nashville. Students gathered at the Capitol yesterday after a school walkout, carrying signs and reading the names of the 6 people killed. Police have released new details about last week's attack, saying the shooter planned it for months and fired 152 rounds. In response, Governor Bill Lee has proposed a plan to strengthen school safety, including $140 million for armed security guards at all public schools. The governor also wants to add more mental health resources. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Well, today, former President Donald Trump is expected to surrender in a Manhattan courtroom and face criminal charges stemming from the 2016 hush money payments to an adult film star. The booking and arraignment are likely to be relatively brief as Trump learns the exact charges against him. He's expected to plead not guilty. Meanwhile, New York police are bracing for protests by Trump supporters who share the former president's claims that the cases against him are politically motivated witch hunts. Trump is then scheduled to return to his Florida home.
In the Netherlands, a train has derailed near the Dutch city of Hague, killing one person and injuring some 30 passengers. At least 2 carriages came to rest in a field next to the tracks after the accidents in the early hours this morning. People could be seen using makeshift bridges to cross the canal, running alongside the rails to reach the train in the darkness. The cause is not immediately clear.
University of Connecticut Huskies win their 5th national title after a dominant run through the NCAA tournament. Number 5 UConn beat number 5 San Diego State last night, 76-59. UConn the favorite and best seeded team for this Final Four set the stage for this win over an 11-minute stretch in the first half, during which the Aztecs didn't make a single basket. Unable to shoot over or go around a tall UConn team, they missed 14 straight shots from the floor.
Time now, 4:35 and 73 degrees for now.
San Antonio Spurs riding a win against the Kings going into tonight's game against Phoenix. Up next, how Pop and his team are handling playing shorthanded.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide, looking over at 281 at Loop 410. Earlier, we had some holdup there at Loop 410 West, but we can't see anything from this shot right now.
And we may have had spring showers off and on for weeks now, but we need some steady rain around here, just no severe weather. We'll get an update on the extended forecast because it looks like we might need an umbrella at some point. We'll check back in with Justin. The Spurs playing shorthanded is something we've heard all season long. During their last game against the Kings, Spurs didn't have Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, or Jeremy Sohan. That's 3 starters and a combined 51.5 points sitting on the bench. But going without those guys didn't hurt them because they had several players had career games. Julian, I don't know this guy's last name. Julian Champagne? I have no idea. Have you heard of this guy, Justin? Okay, all right. My apologies, sir. Scored a career-high 26. Are we done adding guys so I can get these names down? Dom Barlow, who I've never heard of, scored 26. I actually picked up his first double-double with 12 points and 10 boards. Trey Jones, who I have had a triple-double with 17, 11 points, and 10 rebounds. And veteran at this point, Doug McDermott, the only guy over 30 of the players I mentioned, scored 30 to help the Spurs shock the Kings, 142-134 in overtime.
They've been busting their butts all year. You know, we don't have that many wins. And they play hard like this every night. And tonight we shot it pretty good, made some good decisions. So happy for all of them.
We've had a lot of, in and out injuries, a lot of guys in the lineup, out of the lineup. And I think it just shows, that we're staying locked in, we're staying prepared. The coaches are still coaching us hard. We haven't won a ton of games, but we're definitely, we're doing it the right way. We're playing the right way, and we're playing Spurs basketball.
All right, so I'm going to find out that guy's name. I'll do my homework so that I don't balk and we run out of video. Spurs are back in action tonight at 9 at the Phoenix Suns. For the first time in program history, UTSA baseball nationally ranked at number 24 in Baseball America. They're 23-6 overall and 8-1 in Conference USA and broke into the top 25 following a weekend sweep of Western Kentucky. They're also number 27 per the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association and number 23 in perfect game. UTSA will play at Incarnate Word tonight at 6:30, then head to Charlotte for a 3-game series starting on Thursday.
Time now, 4:41 and 73 degrees for now. Mental health is a barrier for hundreds of Bexar County inmates. Up next, how a new program is helping to restore their health and move along dozens of backlog cases.
And up next, meet the 4 NASA astronauts taking America back to the moon.
And welcome back. It's 4:43. NASA has announced the 4 astronauts who will be the crew for the first mission to the moon in 50 years. ABC's Gio Benitez has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, meet the 4 NASA astronauts taking America back to the moon. What's it like telling your families? Like, hey, I'm going really, really far into space.
Depends on which family member. I think it's a little different when you're telling your parents. Yeah. Even they told me it's a little bit different as a parent to watch your child go that far.
This eager crew blasting off late next year on the 10-day Artemis II mission, helping NASA pinpoint exactly where the next moon crew should land in 2025. What are you most excited about with this particular mission?
We would be lying if we didn't say we want to be 8,000 miles from the moon, look out the window, see the moon, and look back at all of us. That is going to just take our breaths away.
And we'll have much more with the crew of Artemis 2 coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, Houston.
Here at home, 280 inmates are sitting in the Bexar County Jail right now. Their case is stalled because they've been declared incompetent to stand trial.
So why are they still in jail? They're on a lengthy wait list for a state hospital bed. And Garrett Berger tells us county commissioners will vote on a pilot program later today that could move some of those cases along.
It may seem like a low bar, but a basic understanding of their legal situation and the ability to communicate with their lawyer is a barrier for hundreds of Bexar County inmates, whether because of mental health problems, intellectual disabilities, or something else.
This isn't a grown man, adult man, clinging to a Toy Story coloring book because that's his security blanket.
But the state hospital system, where they could work on getting their competency restored and their case moving again, is backlogged. So many are stuck in limbo, waiting in the jail up to years at a time.
Some of these people have been in our jail for so long that it's already been time served. We just got to get that case in front of a judge and get it moving.
Funded by a federal grant, the Center for Healthcare Services wants to run a jail-based competency restoration program here in Bexar County, working in the jail with single inmates or in group settings. The goal would be to help inmates with mental illness restore their coherence to a point where they're actually able to defend their charges. Or if someone's not likely to improve their competency, to report that back to the court.
Helping the individual understand, what does the judge do? What is your charge? What are the pleas that you can plead for those charges?
There would also be a medical care side to help with mental health issues that may be behind someone's competency problems. The program's goal is to serve about 120 people through the end of next year, get a little more than half of them restored and/or their charges dropped, cutting down the wait list for state hospital beds as much as possible. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
And let's look out there with TransGuide again. Earlier, we had some problems over there, Loop 410 West, but we don't see anything from this shot at 281 at Loop 410. Of course, we will be checking within our Stephen Cavazos in the next half hour.
All right, Justin's back talking about what looked like improving rain chances here in south central Texas.
Thank goodness. It has been so long since we've got to forecast an event like this. We're excited in the Weather Center, and I think it is going to be some good rainfall. It'll be hit or miss in some cases, but I think the numbers will be good. So let's first start with what we have outside at the moment. It is still going to be hot and humid today. 74. Dew point is at 69 and a south-southeasterly breeze at 14. It is going to be a little bit windy today. You'll notice that wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll see some gusts maybe a little bit higher than that, but definitely a warm start as you're heading out the door. It is shorts and t-shirt for sure today. 71 at 7 o'clock, and by noontime, 82. We'll call it mostly cloudy. We'll see maybe some partly cloudy skies this afternoon, but there'll be some high and mid-level clouds working through the area. There is a very small chance of a pop-up storm, say 3 or 4 o'clock, but I doubt that happens. It's pretty similar to yesterday where we didn't see anything along that dry line. But as we get into tomorrow morning, that's when our rain chances start to come up a little bit. One of the hottest places in the country yesterday, actually it was the hottest place in the country yesterday, Cotulla, up to 102. We can see some triple digits again today, south and west of San Antonio. We're forecasting 92 here in town, but certainly some warmer numbers as you go south of San Antonio. Most everybody in the 90s later today. As we look at the water vapor, we've got a low that is sitting, we've got a bad frame there. Not everything's green like that, but we've got an area of low pressure sitting off to the west. This is the storm system that's going to cause a lot of weather, not only here, but across the country. We're going to have a front coming through tomorrow morning, and behind that, some gusty winds, and that means we'll have a fire weather watch for most of the area because we'll have gusty winds and very dry conditions behind the front. So that'll be one thing to watch. And there's wind advisories, red flag warnings in effect for much of West Texas because of that. Here is the setup, and that's that dry line I was talking about, this yellow color here. That is the separation between humid and dry air. It's around today, but it really doesn't do much. Like yesterday, I don't think we're going to get anything along it. It's this front that really causes all the problems. That front pushes east, and this is early tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Severe weather lines up along this front, and potentially even a couple storms all the way down to San Antonio. You look at the severe weather risk today and tonight, this is going to be another huge severe weather outbreak, I'm afraid. Chicago, St. Louis, Little Rock, all these areas are going to be in the line of fire later today and tonight. There could be some tornadoes involved there. But notice the severe risk extends all the way down to San Antonio. We're on the tail end of things. We always are. But there is an isolated risk for that by tomorrow morning. as the front comes in, and we'll certainly be watching for that. As we get towards 11 a.m. noontime tomorrow, the front will have pushed to the coast, and we'll be seeing things kind of quiet down a little bit. Still some cloud cover, and maybe a shower or two tomorrow afternoon, just a small chance. But it's Thursday when the moisture starts to work back in. We get overrunning over top of this front, and look at the rain chances, 70% on Thursday. I think rain, shower, storms become widespread around the area, and this is going to continue right on into Friday. So we'll have a couple days here where we'll get passing downpours and maybe some good rain. How much rain? 1 to 2 inches potentially here in San Antonio. I think that's a possibility. You'll see lower numbers out to the west, 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And then as you go east of San Antonio, 3, maybe 4 inches in some cases, especially as you get out towards Houston. So these are great numbers and just what we need when it comes to this drought situation that we're in. So here it is laid out in the 7-day forecast. There is a 30% chance of showers and storms tomorrow morning with the front. I'd say first half of the day on Wednesday, but then it turns windy and cooler, 79. 60 on Thursday, cloudy with a 70% chance of rain. Good Friday, 60, cloudy, 70% chance of rain. So Thursday and Friday are our days for rainfall. There is a small chance we could see some showers early on Saturday. And what about Easter Sunday? Well, I can't rule out an isolated shower storm, but I think things clear out a little bit. We're up around 79, so it should be good for our Easter egg hunts. But if you do have outdoor plans Friday, for Good Friday, you may want to make some changes or think about a possible substitution with those kind of rain chances.
Yeah, that's pretty big, something we hadn't seen in a while.
I haven't put a 70% chance on the 7-day in, gosh, I don't know how long, but I love doing it.
Let alone over 2 days.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Justin. 451, 73 degrees.
The new Indiana Jones film gets its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. Up next, how the festival is honoring the film's legendary star.
Here are your lottery numbers. Pick 3, 182, Fireball 5. Your daily 4 numbers, 4990, Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 14, 17, 22, 34, 35. Your Texas two-step, 3, 26, 32, 35. Bonus ball 12. And your Powerball numbers, 16, 30, 31, 54, 68. Powerball 1, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Indiana Jones 5 gets a premiere date. Plus, could we be getting yet another Game of Thrones series?
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Christopher Watson.
Are you still a Nazi? It's official. Indiana Jones is heading to the French Riviera. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the final film to star Harrison Ford as the globe-trotting, whip-cracking archaeologist, will have its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival on May 18th, though it won't be part of the festival competition. There will also be a special tribute paid to Ford. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny opens in the U.S. June 30th. Taraji P. Henson's joining the cast of ABC's Emmy-winning comedy Abbott Elementary, playing the mother of Quinta Brunson's character Janine. Her first episode's April 12th. Variety reports HBO's thinking hard about yet another Game of Thrones prequel, in addition to House of the Dragon, the second season of which is currently in production. And Robert Downey Jr. is 58 Tuesday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
And just a reminder about the San Antonio Book Festival. It's happening on Saturday, April 15th. The festival will happen from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Central Library and UTSA Southwest Campus in downtown San Antonio. There will be an official opening ceremony for the festival at 9:30 a.m. featuring remarks from the Executive Director Lily Gonzalez along with Mayor Ron Nierenberg. The book festival is a free, family-friendly event that draws thousands of festival goers downtown for a day full of author presentations, panel discussions, book sales, signings, and more.
Time check, just about 4:57, 73 degrees.
Today, former President Donald Trump will surrender to face criminal charges stemming from the 2016 hush money payments to an adult film star. Up next, what Trump plans to do after he leaves New York later this evening.
Plus, what a San Antonio middle school is telling parents this morning after a student says that a man tricked her into getting into his car.
And let's look out there with TransGuide looking over at Loop 410 at Cherry Ridge, where things are moving at this hour. Also looking good over there at I-35 at Flores. We're going to be checking in with our Stephen Cavazos after the break. He's in the studio now. We'll be right back.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
In just hours, former President Donald Trump expected to go before a judge on criminal charges. I'm Morgan Norwood, and I'll let you know what we're expecting today. That's coming up.
And looking out there with a live cam, starting off with 73 degrees. It was pretty warm yesterday, looking to be warm today, but we're looking forward to some changes.
And could we see a near record high temperature today? Justin is standing by. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, April 4th.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, if you like the heat, I guess Justin has some good news for you.
Yeah, it's going to be almost a carbon copy of yesterday, near record high. By the way, that record was set back in 1893, way back in 1893. We may challenge that today. This morning, warm, humid, 70 degrees, some gusty winds too out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And yeah, another hot one, 92, the forecast, with southerly winds staying in place and humidity staying in place too, so it may feel a little bit warmer than 92 as the kiddos get out from school later today. So that's the bus stop forecast. Let's take a look at what we have going on at the moment. Right now we've got cloudy skies in 73. Dew point is at 69. South-southeasterly winds at about 9. And winds are strong enough to where I don't think fog will be an issue this morning. As we look at the pollen count from yesterday, you don't need me to tell you where Oak is. If you go outside, you feel it. 19,050 was the number. It could go even higher today. I think we're right at the peak here. Just looking at the trees, it looks like we are right there. Hopefully we'll get on the backside of Oak season here soon, but it probably takes another week or so. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 71 at 7 o'clock. We'll be around 77, 10 a.m., 82 noontime, mostly cloudy, and then we'll call it partly cloudy this afternoon. There's a small chance of an outside chance of a shower or storm. But really the better chance comes tomorrow morning with a frontal boundary, and then much better chances Thursday and Friday, as we've been talking about. We do have some updated rainfall potential as far as totals go. We'll share that with you here in just a little bit. But let's go over to Stephen now and look at the roadways. Yesterday got kind of busy. What are you thinking about today?
Well, it's hard to predict what we're going to see in the next few minutes or so, Justin, but let's keep our fingers crossed. We were really, thankfully, started off the morning very quiet. That was probably up until morning rush, but yeah, we're going to put some good thought out there, and let's manifest a very tranquil commute for you this Tuesday morning. State Highway 151, Loop 410 at Austin Highway. You can see that traffic's moving along A-OK right now, but we did have an issue that was reported along 410 near 281. That was a little bit earlier, a pretty serious crash, but that cleared out just before 4:30 this morning. So thankfully, as we get a look at our map, we're not detecting any red or congestion, and thankfully, no flashing lights on any of these TransGuide cameras, but we'll continue to watch things closely. If you are traveling into San Antonio this early in the morning, well, that journey from Bernie along I-10 shouldn't take you too long. 24 minutes right now in the eastbound lanes of I-10, 27 minutes along 281 southbound if you're heading in from Bulverde, and hey, 26 minutes is not a bad drive time if you're heading in from New Braunfels along I-35 southbound. So I would say right now is a good time to get the morning started. Hey, why not? 35 at Cesar Chavez. You're really not going to see a lot out there this early in the morning, but we're going to track things closely. And as Justin said, we're going to try to put some good thought out there and hope for a good commute as the morning commute does get rolling here, Mark.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, San Antonio police looking for a woman who stabbed another woman overnight. Happened just before 11 p.m. near the 800 block of South Nueces near Guadalupe Street on the city's west side. Witnesses told police the two women were fighting in the street when one stabbed the other. The victim was taken to a hospital. The other woman hasn't been found.
An important wake-up call for parents and students. A letter went home from Eisenhower Middle School after a student reported that a man tricked her into getting into his car and then asked for a sexual favor. According to the principal's letter, the student said as she was walking to school on Monday morning, a man slowed his white four-door sedan down and asked her to get in. She refused several times, but he was persistent and said he knew one of her family members. The student entered the vehicle on Patricia Drive near the Churchill High School baseball fields. While in the car, the man asked the girl for a sexual favor. She refused and he dropped her off at school. The principal said the girl was safe but shaken up. The incident was reported to NEISD police and San Antonio police. Now, the principal gave the following advice to parents: to never walk alone. Stay with someone when going to and from school. If approached by a stranger or a suspicious person, walk away and tell an adult. Students who have a problem walking home are asked to come back to school so staff can call a parent or guardian and know where to go or who to call for help.
A starving dog described as skin and bones, rescued yesterday from a tree he was chained to in northeast Bexar County. Deputies also found a malnourished puppy there and two other dogs. 36-year-old Cesar de Hoyos is facing a third-degree felony animal cruelty and torture charge. De Hoyos told deputies the chained-up dog ran away for a while and recently returned. He claims they were trying to nurse him back to health. Today, former President Donald Trump will become the first president, current or former, to surrender on criminal charges.
ABC's Morgan Norwood is at the criminal courthouse with a timeline for today's arraignment.
This morning, one of the nation's busiest courts will receive its highest profile defendant yet. Former President Donald Trump set to surrender on criminal charges. Trump waving as he arrived in New York Monday afternoon. The streets blocked off to make way for his motorcade. It's the same convoy that will escort him to the courthouse later today. The Secret Service will deliver him to the court to be arrested. He won't be handcuffed. But what's still unknown, if Trump will have a mugshot taken, and will it be made public? Also unknown, whether the judge will place a gag order on the case.
I think there's a good chance the judge will issue some sort of gag order, because the last thing the court, or frankly anybody, wants is tainting of the jury pool.
Last night on Fox, Trump's lawyer disputed that.
Can't be, won't happen. I don't believe anyone's even looking for that.
Trump will stand before a judge for arraignment on some 24 charges, including felonies. The charges stem from hush money payments to porn actress Stormy Daniels weeks before the pivotal 2016 presidential election, and allegedly disguised as ordinary legal expenses. For days, Trump has lashed out at Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, and in the hours before boarding for New York, attacking the presiding judge Juan Merchan as a Trump-hating judge who would never give him a fair trial. Claims Trump's own lawyer would not repeat.
No, I don't believe the judge is biased. I mean, the president's entitled to his own opinion.
Trump has called for supporters to protest his arrest, and here in New York, the city is on alert. Mayor Eric Adams with a stark warning.
Our message is clear and simple. Control yourselves. New York City is our home, not a playground for your misplaced anger.
Now, there will be no video cameras inside the courtroom, but the judge will allow 5 still photographers to take photos before the arraignment starts. Now, once Trump leaves this courthouse, he'll head back to Mar-a-Lago, where he plans to speak later tonight. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
It's now 5:07, 73 degrees.
Just ahead, why a slump in global demand for MacBooks is causing some production problems for Apple.
We all know that being a parent is definitely the easiest job in the world. Or not. Up next, how team members at a local hospital are helping new moms and dads.
And let's look out there with live cams starting in the 70s, which is kind of cool compared to what we'll see this afternoon. We're going to check again with Justin for an update later on.
Diapers, baby supplies, they're simple gifts.
And staff at Mission Trail Baptist Hospital have given them to more than 60 families a year. So chaplains seek out the parents who are in most need and find a way to encourage them. Our Buddy Santos talks to the woman behind this community program.
Staff chaplain at Mission Trail Baptist Hospital, Amel Taylor, witnesses many new parents leaving the hospital with very little waiting at home.
A lot of times, people just need some kind of help, to be encouraged to continue.
After a few phone calls to church friends and nonprofits, a new program called the Nest Group. When hospital staff identify a family, volunteers show up.
So we narrowed it down to clothes, diapers, formula, things of that nature, bath goods, bath products, hair products, dining products.
It's simple, but for marginalized families in that part of the community, Taylor says, it's a big boost.
People are leaving just feeling like somebody cares, feeling motivated.
About 40 partners are ready to answer the call for help every time. They show up with gift bags full of whatever the new parent needs. Pastor Ronson and Kathy Hall praise the partnership and think more hospitals should do it.
It was an opportunity for us to give back to our community that we serve in. So we were extremely excited.
With the recent announcement that nearby Texas Vista Medical Center will close in May, the group expects to see even more families in need.
So we're praying every time we receive that call for those children.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
It's now 5:12, still 73 degrees.
Coming up next, Google is showing off 3 new search features that could make planning your next vacation cheaper and easier.
Plus, you can live stream all 6 Coachella stages simultaneously this year.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. rescue dogs to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does, so she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. How recent is your booster? There are updated boosters designed to better protect against recent Omicron variants. Schedule yours now.
Hate it when a car freshener hits you with an overwhelming blast of perfume? Febreze car vent clips work differently. Febreze gives you consistent freshness that starts just right and stays just right for 40 days. Upgrade to Febreze car.
Apple reportedly halted production of its M2 chips due to a significant drop in demand for MacBooks. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is reportedly cutting back production of its powerful M2 chips amid a slump in demand for MacBooks. Sources say Apple produced only half as many of the chips last month compared to the same period last year. It's not expected to affect the release of the 15-inch MacBook Air, though. Google wants to make your search for a vacation a bit easier and less expensive. New features include a flight price guarantee, the ability to see a slideshow of prospective hotels, and a function within Maps that lets you both find prices for and book nearby activities. Finally, YouTube is doubling down on Coachella. The music and arts festival starts next weekend in Southern California. YouTube says fans who aren't attending can watch performances on 6 simultaneous live streams. I think that means you can watch your favorite artists before and after they perform. So, Prima Donna and Post Malone. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
That's cute.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
We'll give them a thumbs up.
Yeah.
517, how are we looking?
Hey, you know, actually we saw some flashing lights along US 90 a little bit earlier. It looks like that's cleared out, so thankfully folks that are traveling along 90, whether it's in the east or westbound lanes, looks like you will be in the clear. Check it out. Not a lot to show you out there, but plenty of pavement and maybe a few folks getting on by. Just remember to drive safe. Thankfully, Tuesday morning is off to a pretty decent start as we get you to our map. You can see a little bit of construction that's taking place in and around the Alamo City, but for the most part, guys, we are still in the green, and I love to say that. But just be on the lookout. One of the things that we always talk about when it's quiet like this are some of those active construction spots. So an area that we want to remind you where we will see utility work is State Highway 16 right there, Bandera Road. Now remember, this actually started yesterday, but the work will take us all the way up until the end of the week, Friday, April 7th. Now this all starts at 9 in the morning, but TxDOT crews tend to get out there a little bit earlier, so keep that in mind. Should wrap up hopefully around 3 in the afternoon. We will see alternating lane closures. That will be from Loop 1604 to Circle A. But all that information is on our website, ksat.com/traffic. There is a full list of closures there, but thankfully as you get it back here on TransGuide, any situation that was going on along 90 looks like that's already cleared out, Justin. So
good to hear
so far.
Good to hear. We don't have any drizzle or rain, anything like that this morning. It's just humid and muggy. Temperatures have struggled to even get below 70 degrees. I don't know that they will because we have so much humidity and some gusty winds out there. Rain chances really are the big story now because we do have a chance for maybe a stray storm today, but it picks up tomorrow with a front. That's mainly tomorrow morning. And then Thursday and Friday, there are those good rain chances still there. 70% both days. So if you have Good Friday plans, you plan to be outside, know that there could be some rain around. You may want to have an alternative plan. 74 Stinson, 73 Kelly, 72 at Randolph. It's warm. South-southeasterly winds at 10 miles per hour, and they've been a little bit gusty this morning. They pick up some this afternoon. Here's a look at the forecast. We're up around 82 by noontime, 81 in Bandera, 80 in Bernie, 85 in Pearsall in the afternoon highs. Near records, 92 here in town. I do think we see more triple digits on the map. Carrizo Springs is a place where we'll probably jump up above 100 today. Now the difference there will be more of a dry heat. Here in San Antonio, I think the moisture stays in place, the humidity stays in place, so it's going to be more of a muggy heat for us here in town. Let's talk about the mugginess and the dew points. Yeah, pretty humid today. Drops off though tomorrow. It's kind of a one-day thing. That front comes through, we see the dew points drop off into the 20s. That causes a fire concern tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a second. But then humidity comes right back, and there is where we see those rain chances as humidity, or at least some moisture surges back in. We do have a fire weather watch in place tomorrow because of that quick hit of dry air that we're going to get behind the front. And in fact, there are some red flag warnings, high wind warnings out across West Texas as this whole system moves across the country. You go north of that, you find blizzard warnings, a whole host of advisories because of this storm system that's going to move across the country and also create quite a bit of severe weather. So let's look at the forecast here. We've got a dry line in play today. I don't think it does much. It didn't generate anything yesterday, so we're not going to worry too much about that. It's the front behind it that really causes all the problems. As it moves in, there's going to be severe weather from, say, Chicago all the way down into Texas, right along this front. The severe weather risk today stretches from the Great Lakes all the way back down to San Antonio. The greatest risk, though, is up across parts of Iowa, Arkansas, places like Little Rock, who just got hit with tornadoes, is going to see more severe weather today, and this could be a pretty significant severe weather outbreak. But let's look what we got down here. We're on the very tail end of it. We're on a scale of 1 to 5, we're about a 1. So isolated risk of severe weather, and I think it comes with our front, and that's really early tomorrow morning, right around sunrise. So this is 4 a.m. tomorrow, 30% chance of rain along the front. Then as it slides through, maybe a shower or two early, but I think a lot of the rain starts to move towards the coast. We could even clear out a little bit. And then on Thursday, we see the moisture coming right back, and by, I'd say, early Thursday morning, we're starting to see rain chances back in the picture. This is 7 a.m. We already upped the rain chances to 70%, and it basically stays that way through the day on Thursday, and through the day on Friday, we'll have these passing showers and storms. How much rain could we get? 1 to 2 inches possible here around San Antonio. You'll find lower totals out west, half an inch to an inch, and then some larger totals east of here, maybe up to 3 inches or even more as you go east of I-35. So our extended forecast, 79 tomorrow. That's the cool down. Windy with that chance of showers and storms early. We get a little bit of a break Wednesday afternoon, but then the rain kicks back in Thursday. A high of only 60. So we're talking jackets and umbrellas here Thursday and Friday. I know it's hard to believe, but that is the case. And then Saturday, 71. For Easter, as it stands right now, just a few isolated showers. I think for the most part, though, it's partly cloudy and warmer, 79.
Okay, no wet wabbits, okay?
You got it.
That works out.
If we could make a deal, that would be great. 522, 73 degrees.
Coming up next, Disney is going back to the water for its next live-action remake. Why The Rock is excited about reprising his role as Maui, plus how the final Indiana Jones film is getting a prestigious world premiere.
Pick 3 numbers, 182 Fireball 5. Daily 4 numbers, 4990 Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 14, 17, 22, 34, 35. And your Texas two-step, 3, 26, 32, 35, bonus ball 12. Your Powerball numbers, 16, 30, 31, 54, 68, Powerball 1, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Disney gets ready to do a live-action makeover for one of its newest animated films.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
We are so excited and happy to announce that a live-action reimagining of Moana is in the works.
Dwayne Johnson went back to Hawaii to announce he'll return as the demigod Maui in a live-action version of the animated hit Moana. He'll also be a producer on the film, which is in development. Johnson says he's proud of his Pacific Islander heritage, including his late grandfather, a wrestler known as the Flying Hawaiian.
When I bring Maui to life, I'm doing it in the spirit of my grandfather.
I've seen things I can't explain.
Indiana Jones is heading to Cannes. The world premiere of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is set for May 18th at the Cannes Film Festival. The final installment of the iconic movie franchise is due in theaters June 30th.
I think he likes me. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? It's okay, it's gonna be okay!
Alien biotech turns a young man into Blue Beetle. Xolo Maridueña takes on the title role in the first solo movie for a Latino superhero. Blue Beetle soars into theaters to protect Palmera City August 18th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
527, 73 degrees.
More information is released on the Nashville shooter. Police now say that shooter acted alone and fired more than 150 rounds. Up next, how they say he planned the attack for months.
It's a tradition every year in downtown San Antonio, the Passion Play. Just ahead, what organizers want you to know if you're planning to attend this year's event.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, money can't buy love, but it can tell you a lot about the person you're with, how to spot any red flags on your partner's spending habits.
This morning, students in Tennessee plead with lawmakers to stop more school shootings from happening.
The most beneficial thing that can come from reading the manifesto written by the shooter is, were there red flags?
Up next, how Tennessee's governor is expanding his school safety proposal, plus a first look at the Nashville school shooters manifesto.
Plans to sell some mobile homes overnight go up in smoke. Fire destroyed 2 of them on display at this business overnight. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you why all signs are pointing to this fire not starting by itself.
And let's look out there with a live cam, starting calm at 72 degrees. I'll call it calm because we are expecting heat today, and we're going to check in with Justin about that very soon.
And good morning to you, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 4th of April.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you've had a good week so far, a good Monday so far. Very hot yesterday.
It was. One of the hottest places in the country yesterday was Katua. Actually, it was the hottest place in the country, setting records. Hey, real quick, did you guys see Adam Caskey's new Fiesta?
Yes, I need to send him an email.
I love it.
Sitting
so
on my
cute.
desk this morning.
It's the best thing I've seen all morning.
It's cascarone, but it's a lotteria. It's
nice.
all good.
It's extra in a good way.
It is. He posted it on his Facebook if you want to check it out. It is pretty awesome. We're heading towards Fiesta, and we'll see how the weather shapes up as we get a little bit closer to the events. But we know this week is going to be active. So let's first start with what we're expecting today. Near record highs, 92 here in San Antonio. The record is 93, set back in 1893. So we're going to be awful close, awful close. Today's our last hot day, though, so here's the good news. By tomorrow, 79. That's because the front comes through, we get some changes. We could get a few storms early tomorrow morning, and then it turns windy and cooler. So that's the good news, and even more good news down the line because it gets even cooler and we get some better rain chances. Right now, it is steamy out there, 72, mostly cloudy. South-southeasterly winds at 10 miles per hour. In your KSAT 12-hour forecast, cloudy early, mostly cloudy around noontime, 82, and we'll call it partly cloudy this afternoon. Highs again right around 92 or so with some gusty southerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. There's a small outside chance of a storm, but a little better shot, as we mentioned, coming in tomorrow morning with that front. Much more on that in just a few minutes. Let's go over to Stephen. And as traffic picked up, so.
Well, maybe a little bit, Justin, but it's still pretty nice outside. You can see 281 right there at 410. If you're heading to the airport, thankfully nothing really major will slow you down, but we are seeing a little bit more activity out there. There's 90 at 35. The commute started off pretty tranquil, and I love to say that because yesterday got a little bit busy, and we can expect that will probably take place again later, but we'll keep a close eye on things throughout the morning. Thankfully, the commute is pretty dry as well, so just remember, take your time as you're getting your morning started there. Taking you to our map, the main headline will obviously be construction, and we'll get to that a little bit later on, but we always like to talk about travel times at the top of each half hour because a lot more folks tend to leave their homes around this time. So let's take a look there at 37. If you're heading in from Pleasanton, it's about a 28-minute drive along those northbound lanes, so pretty pleasant there. US 90 eastbound, if you're heading in from Castroville, now's the time to probably do it, guys. It's 30 minutes there, so we know 90 tends to get pretty busy as the morning commute really does start picking up. And that arrival from Lytle should take you about 16 minutes along I-35 northbound. Let's get it back here on Transcat. Pardon me, 35 in Nogalitos, and there at Cesar Chavez. You can see maybe that's a pretty busy shot for this early in the morning, but thankfully no major issues are being reported just yet. We'll keep a close eye on things and have those updates throughout the morning. Steph.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, fire has moved into 2 mobile homes that were up for sale. The flames broke out overnight on the grounds of a West Side business. Katrina Weber is live near Loop 410 and Marbach Road with that story. Katrina, how did this fire start?
Well, that's the big question that fire investigators are trying to answer. Now, according to the sign out front, this business not only sells but also builds these mobile homes, and it doesn't appear that either one of these had any working utilities hooked up to them. Now, still, somehow fire found a way inside this business here. It is called Titan Factory Direct. Firefighters found 2 of the mobile homes in flames when they got here after 1 this morning. By the time they put out the fire, it had done quite a bit of damage. One of these mobile homes burned to the ground, the other just a burned out frame. Now, Firefighters say they did not find anyone here, so there were no injuries. Now, investigators did spend some time looking around trying to figure out how this fire started, but they did not share any information with us. So at this point, we do not know the cause of the fire. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Students in Tennessee are demanding lawmakers protect them from school shootings a week after a shooter took the lives of 3 children and 3 adults.
That tragedy in Nashville has the governor expanding his proposed school safety bill. As CNN's Amy Kiley reports, some student protesters wanted to go further with new restrictions on guns.
Amid visitations today for 2 of the 6 people killed in last week's Nashville school shooting, students are demanding those deaths not be in vain.
If legislators really wanted to protect our kids, they would take action against what is killing every single day.
Hundreds gathering at the state capitol yesterday to demand stricter gun laws.
We know it's not drag queens. We know it's not books that is harming our children. It's guns, and we need action today.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee is expanding his school safety plan, but not by adding gun restrictions. Like the original bill, it would provide armed guards, enhance security, and boost mental health resources. It would add requirements for locking school doors and active shooter training for private guards.
What could we have done better to prevent this from happening?
Meanwhile, police now say the shooter acted alone and fired 152 rounds. They say the 28-year-old planned the attack for months, studying other mass murders.
The most beneficial thing that can come from reading the manifesto written by the shooter is, were there red flags? We can see the descent into this.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
A federal judge in Alaska has ruled oil drilling in the National Petroleum Reserve can start for now. That's while 2 separate lawsuits filed by environmental indigenous groups to stop it move through the court system. Now, they had asked the judge to stop ConocoPhillips from the so-called Willow Project until the cases are decided. The lawsuits both argue the Biden administration's environmental analysis violates federal law. A spokesperson for ConocoPhillips says the analysis satisfies all legal requirements. Advocates say the Willow Project would create jobs and decrease dependence on foreign oil.
Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies were involved in a high-speed chase with a suspect who they say stole one of their SUVs Monday. Deputies say she stole the vehicle after it was involved in a car crash. As you can see, the suspect is driving at high speeds, weaving through traffic to escape. She drove off the freeway into an industrial complex in Anaheim. That's where police boxed her in, pulled her out of the vehicle, and took her into custody. No word yet on her identity.
Time now, 5:37 and 72 degrees for now.
It's a tradition going back decades, the annual Passion Play. Next, when organizers say it's the best time to get downtown to San Antonio to see it.
Let's look out there with live cam, 72 degrees, and it's expected to be hot today, but we're having some rain chances later in the week. We'll be checking in with Justin for that information later on.
The Passion Play is a tradition that dates back to the 80s and returns again this year.
We got a preview of what we can expect from the annual Good Friday event. And as always, the play will show the path Jesus walked through Jerusalem while bearing his cross. Thousands of people are expected to line the streets of downtown, and for some watching the play, it is an emotional experience.
There's people crying as a part of what we're doing because it really is that meaningful. It really tugs on the heart. It really makes us come to an awareness that we are to be with Jesus during this day.
Organizers are expecting an even larger turnout this year, so it's best to get downtown early. It starts at 9:30 a.m. at Milan Park. The Passion Play is free to the public.
541, now 72 degrees.
Up next, why Tesla has failed to sell as many cars as it has made over the last year.
And checking TransGuide right now, some flashing lights. 410 West at Cherry Ridge. You're looking live at 37 in Hot Wells and 35 at Nogalitos.
And welcome back. It's 5:44 in your morning consumer headlines. For the 4th straight quarter, Tesla has made more cars than it has delivered to customers. Over the last 12 months, Tesla produced 78,000 more cars than it has sold. Tesla says it completed sales of more than 422,000 vehicles this quarter. That's around 7,000 less than its original forecast. In this year's first quarter, the company reported a 4% rise in sales. This after Tesla cut some prices on some vehicles. Production and sales were up compared to last year's first quarter, but are below Tesla's 50% annual growth rate target.
Some McDonald's employees won't be loving it anymore, not after Grimace hands out some pink slips. The restaurant told all corporate employees to work from home this week in anticipation of layoffs. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. McDonald's CEO warned the staff about job cuts back in January. It's not clear what's not clear is exactly why or how many will be affected. Meanwhile, sales were up about 11% last year, and Mickey D's is planning to open just shy of 2,000 new restaurants this year.
The growing popularity of crispy chicken sandwiches has left restaurants chasing a relatively rare bird. Small chickens are now in higher demand. That's because restaurant companies like Kentucky Fried Chicken and Chick-fil-A have come to prize that weigh only about 4 pounds. Now that's because they are reportedly more tender and more flavorful than their bigger counterparts. So now that demand is driving up costs for restaurant operators. The cost for small chicken boneless breast has remained relatively high since January of 2021. It peaked at about $4.30 during last summer before falling to about $2.50.
5:45 on your Tuesday morning.
Let's go ahead and check back with our Stephen Cavazos flashing lights there off of Cherry Ridge.
Yes, this is what Mark was referencing as we went to commercial break. So 410 west at Cherry Ridge, we have a few monitors here in the studio, so we're able to kind of keep track of the roadways. And this is exactly what we want to make sure we are aware of. There was a stalled vehicle actually reported. KSAT Hero truck was out there on the scene, so it does look like that's already cleared out. Better news to report. That was actually in the westbound lanes of 410 as you approach Cherry Ridge, but not the only stall that we're seeing out there. This one has been picked up along I-10 westbound at Days of Olive Road, not causing issues, but we want you to be aware as you get the morning rolling here. Move over or slow down anytime you see those flashing lights, guys. Giving you a wide look at the metropolitan area. Thankfully, as we get closer to 6 a.m., it's still plenty of green out there, but still some construction to be on the lookout for. And that always will be our headline as we get to talk about. And I forgot to update this graphic. This has already wrapped up, but we have more construction taking place in and around the Alamo City. We'll have more on that around 6 a.m. But right now, it doesn't appear to be any slowdowns reported, no crashes reported. That's a good thing, especially as we get closer to that morning commute time. So we'll continue to track things closely. But for right now, better news to report here at 410 West at Cherry Ridge. We'll get an update on that construction spot.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds good. Well, I haven't seen rain chances for later this week in quite some time like that.
They are as high as they've been in a very, very long time. And I was kind of surprised at how green everything's been, considering we're in the drought. But it's about to get a lot greener, I think. Let me show you a picture here. This is coming out of Castroville. Mr. Pavlik sent this in. Those are the poppies. If you've seen them in Castroville, they are beautiful. So it's not just the bluebonnets. The poppies are very bright and beautiful there in Castroville. Thank you very much for that picture. I love it. And we'll go outside for you and take a look at some weather headlines. We've got a very muggy morning underway. So our cold front that's going to bring changes to this hot weather arrives early tomorrow morning, right around sunrise. With it, we'll get a small chance of some showers and storms, and it turns windy and cooler. Soaking rain, that holds off until Thursday and Friday. So the front passes by. We get some dry air briefly, but then moisture comes back and we'll get some showers and storms. Quite a few of them, in fact, Thursday and Friday. So that's what we have to look forward to. We still got to get through today, though, in this heat. 72 right now. Dew point is at 69, and that number is very high. So, yes, very sticky as you step outside. 71 at 7 o'clock. We do break out into some sun by noontime, 82, and our high temperature this afternoon, 92. If we do get to 92, that would be just a degree shy of the record set back in 1893. Notice we do have some very, very small rain chances in there. Maybe a shower. I can't even rule out a stray storm, but I think for the most part, it's going to look like yesterday where things are generally pretty quiet. We're watching a storm system out over the Rockies right now. A lot of snow starting to develop there. This is going to be a major system as it works across the country. Brings a front through for us, yes, but also brings a lot of severe weather to parts of the Midwest later tonight. With that front tomorrow, as it moves through, we mentioned the gusty winds. There's a fire weather watch that does include San Antonio. Because we get gusty winds, because we get drier air, there will be a fire concern tomorrow afternoon. Just one component to watch. And there will be high wind warnings, red flag warnings posted for West Texas today. Winds will get really gusty up there across the Texas Panhandle in advance of this system. The dry line sets up. Along the dry line, there could be a storm or two, but it's the cold front that really starts to generate showers and storms. And again, that's later tonight into early Wednesday morning. This is 5 a.m. Severe weather lining up across the Midwest down through Arkansas and even back into Texas. We could see a few storms here, but the bulk of the severe weather is going to be to our north and east, places that were just hit hard by severe weather. It's going to happen all over again. So Chicago, St. Louis, Little Rock, places that don't need to see any more strong storms, but they will get it, I'm afraid, later this afternoon and tonight. Now, that severe risk does tail all the way down into Texas and includes San Antonio on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 1. So it's low end here, but with the front tomorrow morning, we certainly cannot rule out a strong storm or two, and about a 30% chance with the front of seeing some storms. This is 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, and you see the model is showing 1 cell there. Now the front moves towards the coast by midday, and we get a chance to dry out a little bit, quiets down, but then things pick right back up as we get into Wednesday evening, and by Thursday morning for sure we'll start to see showers and storms redeveloping, and then it becomes pretty widespread. 70% chance of rain. That goes for all day Thursday and all day Friday. With these showers and storms passing by, there could be some pockets of heavier rain, but the rainfall potential, I'd say we're about 1 to 2 inches here in San Antonio. You'll find higher numbers off to the east, lower numbers off to the west. That's kind of the general idea right now. That is subject to change, but good rain no matter how you slice it. 79 Wednesday with the cooler temperatures with that front. 60 on Thursday and Friday. That's it. The rain's going to keep temperatures down. The cloud cover will keep temperatures down. It does moderate some on Saturday, 71. 79 on Sunday. We do have a small chance of a shower or storm in the forecast on Sunday, but I think for the most part, it should be nice.
Good news for Easter Sunday.
It is. I know a lot of people probably have plans for Good Friday too.
Yes.
That looks a little more soggy, but at least Easter should be okay.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic news. Thank you, Justin. 5:51, 72 degrees.
The Super Mario Brothers movie is set to dominate theaters this weekend, but it's far from this month's only highly anticipated film. We take a look at the biggest releases next.
Here are your lottery numbers. Pick 3, 182, Fireball 5. Daily 4 numbers, 4990, Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 14, 17, 22, 34, 35. And your Texas two-step, 3, 26, 32, 35. Bonus ball 12. Powerball numbers 16, 30, 31, 54, 68. Powerball 1, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Coming up here on GMA, the St. Louis Arch in shadow behind me because we have another risk of tornadoes, not just here, but especially to our north in eastern Iowa, western Illinois, and then to the south, overnight tornadoes in parts of Arkansas and southern Missouri. There's so much to get to because that storm keeps tracking east all the way into the Great Lakes, down into the mid-south on Wednesday. Much to get to in the weather, but also, you know, we have to talk about former President Trump just hours now from surrendering to authorities in New York. What we're learning this morning about all of it, one of his lawyers joining us live. You don't want to miss those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
Just take it all in. When's the last time you heard someone say something that interesting?
Owen Wilson dons a permanent paintbrush as Vermont's leading public television artist in Paint. The Happy Little Trees sprout in theaters Friday.
Renfield, your sole purpose in life is to serve me. Now, let's eat.
Dealing with a toxic work environment of having Count Dracula as a boss is just one of the storylines in Renfield. The horror comedy starring Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult definitely earned its R rating and creeps into theaters April 14th.
Just be normal and regular like everybody else. Just please, 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 please.
Judy Blume's classic story of adolescence comes to the big screen in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. The coming-of-age comedy arrives April 28th.
George should change his name from Four Man to Poor Man.
To hurt.
What's my name now, fool? Foreman is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
The life of a boxing legend is portrayed in the extra-large titled Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once-and-future heavyweight champion of the world. The film's box office battle begins April 28th. Getting an extra-large popcorn in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Hey folks, Fiesta season is here, and this is being called the biggest savings in Fiesta history, and it's happening today only. You got a chance to get a discounted Carnival wristband. Again, this is today only. You'll be able to get a wristband for just $15, which would save you more than half off. We have the purchase information along with the Fiesta Carnival schedule posted for you right now over at KSAT.com. Ahead in the next hour of Good Morning San Antonio, a local hospital has a new program to encourage and support families in need. How it works with help from volunteers. Plus, Fiesta season, as we said, is here. Today is being called the biggest savings in Fiesta history. How you can save big on wristbands on KSAT.com. A legacy on the field is moving to the new pages of a book. New inspiring history from Trinity University is coming up. And checking TransGuide, 410 West at Cherry Ridge. Things look good. We'll check back in with Stephen Cavazos coming up in a matter of minutes.